Hello, ladies. I have been asked to record a video doing a natural eye, and as you can see, I have one eye done. And I'm going to show you how to do this look. See if I can get, can you see that? All right. We're going to do that look on this eye, and I'm going to walk you through it. I am using 4 of our mineral pigments. There we go. I'm using 4 of our mineral pigments. I'm using Sexy, actually 5 if you count the eyeliner look. I'm using Sexy, Confident, Devious, Vulnerable, and Curious. Sexy and Curious are my favorites for a base look. I always like to do a base look, and this look that I'm going to show you uses both of the colors that I like to use for a base look. So we're going to start off with Sexy. Just tap some into the lid. It's the best way to use a mineral pigment is from the lid, so you can control how much you get on your brush. I'm just using a eyeshadow brush, just a definer brush. It's wide on one end, narrow on the other, and I use mostly the tip with minerals. I like to pat them in so they stay put. So I'll just get some on my brush. I make sure and mix it in really good. And then I tap the excess off because you don't want it to get all over your face. Okay. So what I do is I am just going to apply this all over my eyelid. Just a base color to get everything so it's all one shade. I also like to put my foundation over my eyes to kind of even out the tone as well, to help the color stick a little bit more. I also take my base colors and I go under my eye just to kind of frame it. Some people like the way that looks on them, some don't. And like I said, I like to pat it in. It stays. Mineral pigments seem to stay better if you pat them in rather than brush them on. So there is that. We've got our Sexy base color that goes all over. So then we will go ahead and put the lid back on that. My other favorite base color that I actually use more often than I use Sexy is Curious. And it's a little bit more of a white base color. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's more of a white, and the Sexy was more of like a nude base color. So we'll go ahead and load our brush with that, and I'm just using the same brush. If I change brushes, I'll be sure to let you know. I'm just going to load it into my brush like I did the Sexy and tap off the excess. And with Curious, we're only going to apply it to the lower part of our lid. Or, no, I'm sorry, the lower part of our lid. I'm trying to remember what I did on the first eye. Okay, so just the lower part. Go up into your crease. Make sure you get it blended into your crease. You can go as far over into the corner of your eye as you like. I like to just go right on the corner, not too far into my nose, but right on the corner of my eye. And then all the way up into my crease and all the way out. And then this one I also like to bring down and frame my eye just a little bit because it's still a nude color. Or a base color, I mean. Okay. And now that we're going to be going into some darker colors, I'm going to go ahead and just take a paper towel, just a regular paper towel, and just kind of wipe my brush off. Just kind of do that. Just get the excess pigments out. Mineral pigments are really easy to get out of your brush. You should still clean your brushes about once a week with either soap and water or a brush cleaner if you have one. But as far as daily use, you can just, like I said, brush them out. Also, we've had an interesting morning in our house today, so if you hear any funky noises from my kids or my dog, just ignore them. Alright, so getting our brush clean. Okay. Then we're going to be taking another one of my favorite colors, and when you get it, it's quite a dark color. It's called Confident. Here, let me see if I can get some in the lid for you to show, but looking at our catalog or our online, it looks like a very, very dark color. I don't know if you can, okay, so it looks very, very dark, but it goes on like a gold. You can see it in my crease right there. That's where we're going to be putting this. So we're going to be switching up brushes, and this is just a crease brush. It doesn't have a flat side. It comes to a point at the end, so it helps to locate, you know, centralize the location of the crease instead of getting that all over your eye. So we're going to go ahead and load our brush. And the way I load my brush is I just kind of pull some off to the side, and I just kind of rub my brush in it. And then, like I said, I tap off the excess because you don't want it getting all over your face. Okay, so then this is just going to go right in our crease. We don't want to, and I'm not taking it all the way into the corner like I did the others. I'm going to stay out just a little bit, and I'm going to go all the way out and make it a little bit wider on the outer side, and I'll show you how I do that. So I kind of start in the middle just to make sure that I don't have something too dark where I don't want it, or too, you know, light where I want it darker. And I start in the middle, and I go out first, and then I come back in, and I go as far in as I want. Like I said, you can go all the way to the corner if you want to. I don't prefer my crease colors all the way in. I like them to be out a little bit. Keep that corner a little cleaner. So I just make sure and I shade just my crease, and then I make it a little bit bolder and bigger. And if I'm feeling really, you know, adventurous, I can do a little bit of a wing with my crease color out on the outer side. Now we'll just blend that a little bit. See? Okay. And we'll go ahead and clean that just a little bit because we will use this to blend here in just a little bit. And we don't want to have too much of our confident color in the brush. All right, and now we will put the lid back on that. Whoops, make a mess in the process. And now we are back to our definer brush. Okay, and we're going to use a color called Vulnerable. If I was doing this look, if I wanted this color to be a little bit darker, I would use a color called Sassy. Vulnerable is a matte pink. You can see it there. It's just a light pink in our matte pigments. Which basically just means it doesn't have any glitter in it. All the other ones we've used so far are shimmer, so they have a little bit more of a shine and a glitter to them. So we'll just load up our brush. We don't need a lot of the Vulnerable, so you don't need to load it up as much as you would have like with the Sexy or the Curious. You don't need a lot of the pigment anyway, but Vulnerable you need even less. And all we're going to do with this one, now those of you, if you have a higher brow bone, you can make this color more dominant and, you know, have Sexy show up a little bit more on the top. I have very low brow bones, so what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take it on the outside of my brow bone. So Sexy is going to stay on the inside, and I'm going to kind of frame the confident color that we had over here with Vulnerable. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to kind of start in the middle, and like I said, just pat it in. Hold on, I have a stray hair somewhere. There we go. Okay, try again. All right, so we're just going to pat it in and frame the Vulnerable and kind of blend it in a little bit with the Vulnerable. So go down just above your crease and blend that in a little, and keep the inside plain. I've got a little helper coming over to help, so if she ends up in the video, don't mind her. Okay. Hi, Madison. Okay. So there is that, and like I said, you can see how they're not quite blended together. Okay. So that is where we need our crease brush back. Okay, so we're going to take our crease brush, and you don't want to get it completely clean because you might want to use some of your confident color. Those of you with lighter eyes are probably going to want to go on the lighter side of confident. Those of you with darker eyes, you can go on the darker side of confident. So that's kind of the trick, is blending and using as much as you want to accent your eyes. So I had actually 2 different people ask for a neutral look, so I'm gonna One of them has very, very blue eyes, and she would probably want to stay on the lighter side of confident. The other one has very, very dark chocolate eyes, as we were joking, and she could go on the darker side of confident and really accentuate the dark brown in her eyes. I happen to have green eyes, so I can pretty much do whatever I want. So we're just going to go ahead and take our crease brush again and blend in and make vulnerable a little bit lighter and blend it down into our crease. And if you need to, you can always put a little bit more on your brush. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more on my brush just so I can balance out the two sides here. So we'll just put a little bit back in our brush. We don't need a lot. So we'll just go ahead and reapply a little bit more of the confident. Make sure it's all even. There we go. All right, so there is that. So that is the eye look using those 4 pigments. Sexy, curious, confident, and vulnerable. And like I said, if you are if you're like me, I love the shimmer colors. If you like the more shimmery colors, then you can use sassy in replacement for vulnerable. If you like the more matte look, then you can definitely use vulnerable. Now I'm going to quickly show you, as you can see, I have eyeliner on. We have, Unique has pencil eyeliners. This is the eyeliner in black. It's called Perfect. Did you see that? Okay. Or the way I like to apply my eyeliner is I use a pigment and our refreshed rose water. I'm actually running really low, and I'm waiting patiently for my other refreshed rose water to get here, and it's not getting here fast enough, mostly because I ordered it on a Saturday and they don't work on Sundays. So it should be here hopefully by the end of this week, because they're pretty fast about shipping. So is what I do to do the liquid eyeliner. If you want to use the pencil eyeliner, you're absolutely more than welcome to use those. We have these in 10 different shades. I have it in black, brown, and white. White is, I'll do another video on why you would use white another time. But you can use this. It's quick, it's easy. I'll go ahead and, you can see there is the line, and it doesn't come off. Okay, it's pretty stout eyeliner. I personally like using the pigments, so I'm going to show you how I do that. Woo, I have a lot in there though. I do not need that much in my lid. Let's see if I can get some of it out of my lid. I've never had to do that before. Generally, I don't have that much in my lid. And that completely backfired, so we'll just have to make do with what we've got here. Okay, so I'm going to try and shove that over there. And what I do is I just put a little bit in the lid, and then I take my refreshed rose water, shake it up a little bit, get it all mixed in there, and then I squirt it right into the lid. There we go. Okay. And then I take my liner brush, and I just mix it up, kind of make a paste. I guess the bright side is if I have too much rose water, I've got plenty of pigment in here to mix it up with. Just make a paste with it. Get it on my brush there. Load my brush pretty good with it. There we go. Okay. And you can see, oh, that's kind of goopy. Okay. You can kind of see how I have my brush loaded with my wet pigment. To put them on as an eyeliner, you're going to want to apply them wet. And like I did with my base colors, I go into the corner, but I don't like to go very far into the corner. I like to keep the corner, if you look on this side, I like to keep the corner of my eye pretty clean. So what I do is I go out all the way on the top and only partially on the bottom. So we'll go ahead and show you how to do that. So you just get it wet, and then you just draw it on. And with this kind of brush, it's super simple. The reason I am having a little bit more of an issue is because I'm also holding a mirror, and usually I pull my eye out a little bit. So it's honestly easier than I'm making it look right now. There we go. Okay. And then you can do a little bit of a wing to kind of frame your crease color. And then with the same amount that you already have on your brush, just go ahead right underneath your lashes and connect. Some people like to put it on their waterline. I don't like to do that unless I'm using a pencil. If I'm using a liquid liner, I like to go under. And it looks like I need a little bit more on my brush, so I'll just come over here and load it just a little bit, like my zebra headband here. Pretty cute, huh? Alright, load it up a little bit more. Alright, and just go ahead and draw it on. And if you happen to get a clump in there, not a big deal, just kind of take your brush and brush it out. And if it gets too thick on the bottom, what I really, really love about Unique Pigments as an eyeliner is you can literally just wipe it off. Boom, there you go. So there is that. I'll clean my brush here a little bit. There is the Natural Eye Look, and like I said, you can use this method with any colors that you have or that you like to wear. This is a very natural look that can accentuate just about any eye color. These colors work for just about anybody. If you like to do a little bit more bold and want to do something besides a pink color, you can do blue where I did pink. You can do purple or green. You can also do a lighter brown to accentuate the gold, whatever you want. And then you just finish with your favorite mascara, which is hopefully our Unique 3D Fiber Lash. But since this was a natural eye, I'm not going to do that. I will do that video another time, and I will post that. So just finish with your favorite mascara and call it a good day. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll post my link below. With the 4 pigments that I used, not counting the Devious for the eyeliner, you can get them right now in a set of 4 for $35, and that's going up in this spring. So I just wanted to let you know that's a Natural Eye Look color, and have a great day.